Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 70.1 kilograms and trains under Adam Saunderson at a Stockade Training Centre. Fighting out of Canberra, Australia, with a professional record of 6 wins for just 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger, Blake Donnelly. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 70.2 kilograms and trains under Ryan Dunstan and Ryan Doyle out of Ignite Martial Arts and Hellraiser Combat Centre. Fighting out of Sunshine Coast, Australia, with a professional record of 9 wins for just 4 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, the defending, Eternal Lightweight Champion, David the Smiling Assassin Martinez.
All right, we've been over the rules. Make sure you listen to my instructions at all times. Protect yourself at all times, or I'll do it for you. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Come out fighting.
Eternal Lightweight Championship on the line here tonight. The challenger, Blake Donnelly. The champion, David Martinez. 5
Round 1, you ready?
5
Round 1, you ready?
championship rounds. Round number 1 underway. To near Nathan cage side with Ben Vickers. Ben, here we go.
Dave chopping that lead leg early. Smart strategy.
Once again, tonight's co-main event, proudly brought to you by proper number 12, Irish Whiskey. Sorry to cut you off, Ben.
No, it's a good strategy when you're sort of a little behind in the range. It's just to work on that lead leg early. Slow your opponent down a little bit.
Talking to Blake earlier on in the week, he says that Dave will come out more aggressive, but he will walk onto his jab, which he's been implementing in the latter stages of his career, and you can see that aggression from the champ earlier on, Ben.
Yeah, and these are important exchanges. Blake managed to defend the first takedown, but he's grounded at the second time of asking by Dave.
Well, this is exactly where Dave wants to be. As Donnelly gets back to his feet, but not out of the woods yet.
Nice elbow there from Dave. And one return from Blake. They're swapping elbows at the moment.
Now trading on the inside. We know Dave can take a shot, Ben. I'll tell you what, seeing this guy fight the likes of Mike Wilkinson, Josh Togo.
That Mike Wilkinson fight sprang to my mind because Dave took a hell of a lot of punishment there and was still just able to take advantage of his opportunity and score the submission. So yeah, he's never going to be out of the fight, and he's always dangerous, no matter how much damage he's taken.
Totally agree.
And look, really implementing the game plan that he wanted to from the start. Good turn off the cage from Blake. Nice knee. And the separation they'd have been looking for. And Dave straight back to work. There's some blood from somewhere.
Can't see where it's coming from just yet.
Dave hasn't quite got his hands with the good switch of the hips from Blake there. And a nice trick from Dave. Both men are using their brains here in these exchanges. Dave looks like he might have a little cut under his left eye.
I think he does.
He's high in the back here. He's got his toes firmly jammed in the cage there. If Tom walked round to the other side, oh, he's took him out. And look, Blake using the cage to defend that second hook. He has to step that leg out now.
I know he's talked about the striking of Donnelly.
Yes, difficult place to fall for Donnelly here. And
I was just going to say, he doesn't want to be here, Ben.
Dave's got that second hook, but he is high, and Blake is tripod up. But he's got the leg now, so. We've seen Rod Costa, bantamweight champion, use this position a lot to defend the back by clinging onto that leg there underneath and keeping the position.
Well, this is Dave's. Yes, Ben, this is Dave's bread and butter. I mean, how many times have we seen this? How many times have we seen the champ successful from this position?
Yeah, and he's got to watch this arm here now. Dave's looking at working on that arm now. It's very hard to see exactly what's happening here from where we are. can't. It looks like Blake might be about to slip out the back door. Dave, it looks like he's working for something. But he's going to end up on bottom in guard, I think, here. And a good work from Blake there. He stayed patient, knew that Dave was in a difficult position and just let gravity take care of it. And now Dave finds himself in a tricky spot against the cage.
Blake turning the tables on that champ. Big right hand for him.
He's under the chin here. Dave's going to cut around. Straight back to his foot. Nice knee from Blake. Good knee.
And another.
Dave with the clinch now.
To the body goes Donnelly. You'd have to think that's somewhat of a moral victory for Blake if he can defend all those submission attempts and the aggression from Dave. He'll be going back to his corner pretty happy then. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, Dave has bossed the round. You know, he pushed a hard pace. He made Blake indulge in the grappling early, but Blake's cut now. I think that elbow on the exit there to support him. So both men have took a bit of damage in this first round. It's a very even fight as we would have expected. Give the edge to Dave.
Interest. And as we made mention earlier, it will be streamed on UFC Fight Pass.
Oh, nice inside leg kick there from Dave as Blake came in.
Round 2 underway back at Eternal 74.
And the boys are standing center cage in the middle of that Proper 12 logo there. We have to thank Connor and Proper 12 for getting behind us here at Eternal MMA. All right, straight right hand there from Dave. Combinations there from Blake.
Rip to the body, Ben. You love to see it.
Oh, I do love to see it. Nice uppercut as well. Good striking variation with the hands from Blake. But Dave's still pushing forward, keen to indulge in the hands. I think he understands that he's not going to get his entry without throwing something first. So. Nice knee from Blake, just missed, but he gets that knee up there really well. Big shot from Dave and then straight in on the takedown. That's smart. Use the distraction, get to the hips. Blake circles off. Back to center cage.
Center cage right above that Proper number 12 Irish whiskey imprint on the mat.
Oh, great hand on the counter from Dave. When Blake misses to the body, Dave's very good at countering with that right hand.
And these are the improvements you're starting to see from Dave Martinez. You said it yourself, Ben. The striking of Dave has progressed from fight to fight. As we know, he loves to grapple. He's doing okay thus far, and that cut underneath the left eye of Blake Donnelly is evidence of that.
Yeah, and look, bleeding takes its toll, you know, so it makes it harder to get oxygen around the body, you know. So cuts as small and insignificant as they may look do take their toll in these long title fights. Good head position from Blake. Now Blake with Dave against the cage. He's going to look to get inside ties and land some damage. Got the tie clinch now. Beautiful elbow, just framed off in Martinez's face there. Donnelly did, and he just threw the elbow over the top. Beautiful strike. Blake just looking like he's got the edge in hand speed at the moment. Dave, I don't know if Dave's getting tired. You know, obviously these are new muscles for him as a newfound striking, so the endurance might not be as it is in his grappling game yet. So just slowing down a little bit, losing a little bit of pop out of his shots, but that was a great kick there.
Well, he's just beating him to the punch, isn't he? That jab. And Donnelly said that earlier. It's the jab that's going to be the difference to stop Dave from being so aggressive. Even though he's on the hips now, Blake defending quite well, and again, Ben, back to that jab.
Yeah, and look, the way that Dave's fought so far is very taxing. You know, he's been pushing forward, tempting takedowns, lots of exchanges of position. Oh, a great body shot there. You heard that one sink in as well.
Donnelly's boxing background well and truly on full display here tonight.
And he's linked his hands together now. Clever of Blake to get the switch, but Dave's gone to the right, so he's going to look to hop his hips over to his right side now and kill that switch. Both boys is taking a bit of a breather in this position. Yeah, good. Blake realised he had a free hand, even though he's framing with it. That double's going to get hard to hold on to now. See how it's putting a lot of pressure on his bicep, and it's going to make him tired if he hands on to it. And now Dave's at the back. Both hooks in very quickly. Same position we had in the first round. Very quick transition to the back there, though, but he is a little high. Blake did a good job of standing immediately, and thus leaving Dave sort of... I think Dave might step off this time.
He's trying to tripod and shake Dave off, but he doesn't want to give his back bend.
10 seconds to go in the round. Blake could get out on top here, I believe.
Well, back and forth we go in round 2. No time to finish for Martinez of the UFC. Got to make mention of our corner cams. Thank you once again to our partners at Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey. Round 3 underway.
Great jab from Blake. Good feint there from Dave. Blake's not biting on it and starting to land them straight shots at will now. Nice from Dave there, just a little subtle strike. Inside leg kick. It looks like we've settled into a more sedate pace for the third round. Both boys probably with visions of another couple of rounds to do, thinking about the future. Good sharp kick from there. And it looks like that cut under Dave's eye has been aggravated a little bit in these early exchanges in the third.
Well, going back to what you said in between the break, Ben, a war of attrition is probably the perfect way to describe this one. Beautiful combination there from Donnelly.
Yeah, on the counter, just landed that uppercut and put I think it was a hook behind it, but I can't be sure. Great knee to the body there from Blake.
They both landed simultaneously, did they? Martinez and Donnelly, and we've seen this from Dave in the past. He doesn't mind standing up in the earlier stages of the round before looking to shoot a takedown, Ben.
Yeah, he's very confident in his hands. He's not going to rush into any crazy takedowns. You know, he's going to set him up, but he's going to take his time. But he's just getting picked off. Blake's found a home for that jab now. And Dave's just got caught standing on that range a little bit, whereas before he was crashing through the range and getting to the hips. Now he's just standing on the outside, and the jab will take its toll.
It will. He's right on the outside of Blake's power. And to Blake's credit, you talk about his boxing background, had the opportunity of fighting Conor Benn, your countryman Ben, in his first boxing match, utilising those skills inside the Eternal Cage tonight. And it is starting to take its toll in Martinez, the blood pouring from the face of the champ, courtesy of the #1 contender in Blake Donnelly.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Nigel Benn was my favourite British boxer, so Conor's dad. So yeah, it's good to see that family still at it.
Absolutely.
Blake looking great with the hands now. Dave just getting a bit static on the range. He needs to go back to that round 1 and 2 game plan of closing the distance at speed behind shots. There we go. Oh, good timing, but easily dealt with by Blake. And that exchange there shows me Dave's tiring a bit. And Blake might be starting to take over in this fight.
Well, the challenger in a great position with just 2 minutes left of round 3, pounding away with those elbows.
Yeah, and look, we've seen that half guard position a lot, and it's a very hard position to get out of in MMA. And Dave's just struggling to deal with this damage that he's receiving on the bottom here now. And these are brutal elbows. And, you know, it just takes one of them to nick you as they come through, and there's another cut.
And he's loving that half guard position, Ben, as you said earlier on during the night. A fantastic position, especially for the challenger. Starting to open up on Dave here in round 3. Dave looks like he's starting to slow down to the body for Donnelly. That left rip has landed several times for the challenger.
Yeah, look, and if we do head into the 4th round, all this body work that Blake's put in is going to start. That's where it starts to come to fruition. You know, it's like stabbing someone's fuel tank and making a really small hole in it. And the longer you go, the more fuel drips out. And I think that's where Dave's at right now, unfortunately. Just the damage and the cumulative effect of all these shots is starting to take their toll.
There it is again. That left rip hurt him. You saw the wind just leave Dave Martinez.
But you can hear him going in.
Big knee from Donnelly.
This could be the beginning of the end here.
Dave's in trouble.
If Blake picks his shots here now, he could finish this fight. He just needs to take a bit of time, get a bit of separation.
It looked like the champ was stunned there in those exchanges on the inside. As we count down the final 10 seconds. Spinning back elbow lands flush for Donnelly, but we will go to championship rounds.
Although it looks like Blake's starting to take the ascendancy as we go into the championship rounds, Dave is definitely not out of this fight, and we have seen him turn situations like these around before, so...
Eternal 75 on the Gold Coast.
And
Eternal 76 in Perth. Tickets are on sale now at EternalMMA.com. Go ahead.
David's quit on his stool. The fight is over.
That's
Blake
it.
Donnelly is our new champion.
Blake Donnelly is the new Eternal lightweight champion. Dave Martinez will not come out for championship rounds. It's official. Phil Cassidy waving this one off. Ben, we have a new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 3, under medical advice, our referee in charge has called a stop to this fight, declaring your winner and new Eternal lightweight champion,